Hey everybody. I'm Jonathan, and I love puns. How many of you out there love puns? All right, not a very hostile audience tonight. That'll be excellent. So just to get everybody on the same page, I would describe puns as a joke that combines two subjects. It bridges them using similar sounding words or phrases. Pretty innocent, right? But it turns out that a lot of people don't actually like puns. I don't know why. For example, this guy, Samuel Johnson, described puns in the 16th century as the lowest form of humor. He was criticizing Shakespeare for using them. Pretty unfair. What happened here? Oh, no! I guess I get some extra time up here then. No, I don't remember where I was. So, this guy said puns were the lowest form of humor. It's pretty harsh. Below fart jokes, even. Come on. Local humor researchers, Peter McGraw and Caleb Warren, describe fit puns into their benign violation theory of humor by describing them as violations of linguistic norms like grammar or words. But it turns out people don't really like grammar. So jokes based on them don't really go over very well sometimes. I was expecting that whole slide to be. So combining subjects sometimes works out really, really well for a pun because it's two topics that everyone really has a good grasp of. But sometimes a pun can go too far, and this is the worst joke I've ever told because it requires a really deep understanding of both computer science and bicycling. My one super generous friend retweeted it. He's the only one who liked it. I probably owe him coffee or something for this. Thanks, Paul. But I didn't just want to get up here and shoot the breeze and show you 20 jokes on slides. I do have a point. What's interesting about puns is that not only can they combine subjects in this sort of bridging manner, they can also combine languages. So you can construct a pun that actually connects French and English, for example. What makes this really interesting is that generally puns are completely confined to the language in which they're originally crafted. Douglas Adams made a reference to this. He has a duty-free store, lots of travelers, different languages. They put a really clever pun on their bag. And puns in another language tend to require a lot of explanation to actually get them. And we'll have an example here. So in Russian, the word piatnitsa means Friday, and pit means to drink. So piatnitsa is the day you go drinking. So when you're learning another language, typically, I'm a little bit ahead here, typically the last things that you learn are jokes and puns because they're really difficult. Because not only do you have to understand the vocabulary really well, but you also have to understand the grammar and sometimes the cultural context that they fit into. What up, Terry? So I have a friend who speaks 4 languages. She speaks Dutch, French, German, and English. And at parties, she is always the last one to laugh at a joke when someone cracks one. But she's always laughing the loudest because she's so excited that she got it. Because she actually came dressed up as a dust bunny, didn't know that was a thing. So since puns are so exciting, it's like a great benchmark for learning your immersion in a new language or a culture. And because of this, shouldn't we maybe take a look at them in our own language and think of how they can interpret help us with our own knowledge of our own language? So some of our greatest authors, William Shakespeare, John Donne, Oscar Wilde, they all lived and thrived on puns, and they were all really smart guys. So maybe they were onto something, and we should think about it again. So I would suggest this. Next time you hear a really esoteric pun, instead of threatening to punch the speaker, instead of threatening to hit the speaker, maybe use it as an opportunity to engage with one or both of the subjects that the pun is bridging between. Or the language or the vocabulary or whatever. For example, ornithology. Thanks. And that's all I got. Thanks, Boulder. I love you all, and you have great asses.